The next video on SAT prep that I'm going to address is there is a part where you're going to be tested on the relationship between commas and the phrase and what it's actually modifying. The rule that I'm going to try to illustrate here is that the descriptive phrase should always be next to the thing that it is modifying. Um, you'll be reading the SAT passages and they'll throw one of these in here and it'll sound really good on paper, but conceptually it's incorrect. And so I want to use a bad, a good, another bad, and another good example to illustrate this point. Okay, in the bad example here, the sentence begins with a descriptive phrase, known for its art scene and cultural landmarks. Tourists go to Paris in large numbers. Unfortunately, this phrase isn't describing tourists, it's describing Paris. And that is what is grammatically incorrect about the phrase and where it is. Um, this should not be on the other side. The city of Paris should be there. And on the other hand, the good example here, known for its art scene and cultural landmarks, comma, Paris is a popular tourist destination. This is actually done correctly because this phrase modifies Paris, which is right there on the other side of that comma. So that is one of the underlying concepts that you could be tested on is adjectival phrases and descriptive phrases need to be next to the thing that they're modifying. I'm going to use another bad example to illustrate this point. Basketball can be a very rigorous sport for youth, which requires many skills. Well, unfortunately, this phrase right here, which requires many skills, does not modify youth. It actually modifies the concept of basketball. So, in the correctly done sentence below, basketball, which requires many skills, can be a very rigorous sport for youth. This is correct because it's modifying basketball. It also illustrates rule number 3 that we talked about with to surround positive phrases with commas. So basketball, pause, which requires many skills, pause, can be a very rigorous sport for youth. So when you are facing the SAT and you read a sentence, one of the things they're going to test you is to see if you um, detect that the descriptive phrase is not next to the thing that it is modifying. If it is not next to the thing that it's modifying, then there's a problem with the sentence and it needs to be revised. And whatever the correct answer is, it's going to be based upon moving that phrase next to the thing that it is modifying. So um, hopefully you do this correctly when you take the SAT.